My dog had been away for a week. I went away for a week, and instead of putting him in a doggy daycare or instead of putting him, like somebody just coming hanging at my house for a week, I sent him to training. And so he comes back, and he's just real sick. He's super sick. I take him to the vet. He's throwing up all day. He's got snot coming out his nose, like really sick. So I'm just kind of dealing with that. So I don't know how trained he is. I just know he's tired and sick. I took him this morning, and because so he could hold it, he would be in his kennel through the night. Now he's not anymore. He just hangs out in his room. It's fine. But I went this morning, and he's just throwing up everywhere. It was almost hard to leave this morning.
Oh, man.
Because you don't want to leave a sick dog. But called a friend. So, yeah, people are asking how he is. I don't know. I don't know if he's trained yet. He's acting a lot better, but probably because he's sick.
Yeah, he's like too tired to be all rowdy.
He's not chewing on stuff.
Right.
But yeah, a lot of update questions about that. I don't quite know yet. I just know he's pretty ill.
Well, do you ask the other people, were there other dogs at camp or training or whatever? Could he have caught something from a friend?
I don't know.
That's what happened with my kids.
They catch something from dogs?
No, from friends. They both came home from school. Our throats hurt. Last night I had to give them NyQuil before bed. I was like, sorry,
Lucky
kids.
them.
I know. I said, sorry, kids. Guess we're going to have to take medicine at 7 p.m. It's time to go to bed.
Like a little bit, you sent them to bed earlier than...
Yeah, well, they really do need the rest. They really did have something going on. But the fact that they legit needed the medicine, they were going to bed early, and it was going to knock them out, kind of was pretty awesome. Not going to lie.
And then what did you do after 7 p.m. last night?
I watched Yellowstone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should do that in a second. Let's all share what we're watching, because I've started a new show, too. And I'm a whole season through it, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
And so...
Ooh, I'm curious.
I'm anxious to hear about Yellowstone, because I've heard so many people talk about that show. And for me, those Westerns, that's just not for me. But hold off on anything you're going to say about it.
I'm holding off.
Because it's not even Westerns. It's the colors of shows. I'm pretty bad colorblind. And those greens and browns, those kind of shows, I'm just like, I don't know. It all looks the same.
Yeah.
And that show, and I think that's what gets me with the Western stuff. They're all colored like that.
Yeah.
And so, in those colonial pieces where it's like Marie Antoinette, as a colorblind guy, where a lot of those colors look the same, I hate those shows when they come out. I don't even want to watch them.
Am I still supposed to hold what I'm going to say?
Yeah, because we're going to do it. There's a whole segment coming up.
Well, I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
So what period of time do you think Yellowstone takes place?
The Western? When the Great Western
See,
happened?
I'm like you. I thought that too, but I was wrong.
Back in the Great Western days of Westernish stuff.
I was wrong.
We'll come back. We'll do those. I do want to hit you with a Never Gonna Get It here that'll take us through the break. I'll give you the answer on the other side. Ready?
Ready.
The average person will use 57 of these today. What is it?
Likes.
Today. Okay, think about it. I'll answer it again in a second. Let me read it again. The average person will use 57 of these today. Okay? What is it? What'd you say? Likes?
I said likes.
Okay, that's your answer.
Mine's probably more 500. I'm working on it.
Oh, I don't know. Mine's like 1. I have to remind myself to like things on Instagram.
No, not like saying the word like.
Oh, yeah, you do say that a lot. Oh, that's like 5,700 for you.
Not liking.
Oh.
That's funny that's what you thought of. I thought that was I thought you were.
I know.
That was your
and
new...
1 a day is a lot better than 0 a week, which used to be. Sometimes I'll just go, you know what? I haven't got my likes in today, so I'll just go ahead and like everything on my Instagram feed.
Oh, when you like my stuff, I really think you like it.
I do. That's because I've thought about it. It's made me go, oh, I should like things again.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, I don't just throw out likes. It's like hugs.
I know.
We're over hugging so much that hugs don't even matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like, if we would stop
Compliments.
hugging everybody, hugs would be worth a lot more. And so, that's why I don't hug many people. If I hug you, that means from my heart is hugging you. If I like your stuff, that means I like your stuff. So, but I always appreciate people like my stuff, so I should like theirs more.
Yep.
All right, here you go. 57 of these today. The average person will use 57 of these. What is it? We'll come back. I'll give you that answer. We'll find out what we're watching. Amy's got a review of Yellowstone. The wheels are turning over there.
I'm so excited to talk to you about it.
Okay, we'll come back and we'll do that next.
Bobby Bones.
The Bobby Bones Show.
Finding the right employee can be demanding in the current low unemployment market. With competition for qualified workers increasing, turn to go over to Erica in New Orleans. Erica, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. Here's your question. The average person will use 57 of these today. What are they?
I was going to say pieces of ice.
Pretty good guess.
Huh.
It is not pieces of ice.
Darn.
And Amy, what was yours?
Saying the word like.
It's squares of toilet paper.
What?
Oh.
I don't. I haven't used
That's
the
a
bathroom
lot.
in like 4 days. By the way.
Oh, wow.
I got something going on.
Oh.
Or nothing going on.
Yeah, so it's like I got
Exactly.
something in there. It's not.
Whoa.
But 57 pieces of toilet paper. That seems like a lot.
That doesn't seem like very many, I think.
57 squares of. No, I would use like 5, and that's it. If you go once.
5? 5?
Yeah, a square. 57. I'm sorry, that's incorrect, Erica. You did not win. We didn't even have a prize for you, so you get the same thing either way.
Well, thank you.
Anything you want to say? You did get through. What would you like to say?
Nothing. I love your show. Love listening. I've never called in before, so.
Oh, well, hey, there she is. Look at this. What a great first appearance this morning. It's fantastic. All right, hey, thank you for calling. Wish we'd have got it right.
Awesome. Well, y'all have a great day.
All right, see you later. Amy, I'll give you one more. According to Mensa, nearly 1 in 4 people with a genius level IQ is born with what trait? Just a one for fun.
Probably
Raymundo, if you could give me
left-handed.
a little music. According to Mensa, nearly 1 in 4 people with a genius level IQ are born with what trait?
Left-handed,
That's correct.
which is you.
You would have got that one.
Right.
I think Mike D
Well,
wrote
the-
that one out because he knew how to use it.
Yeah. The way you said it was like,
I was smiling when I said it.
I happen to be this person.
Left-handers make up about a large percentage of the regular heavy IQ population.
Wow.
There you have it. So, why don't we play Jordan Davis, Take It From Me, and we'll come back. We got a couple things we're going to do. We're going to talk about that show you're watching. That you're
Yes.
Gonna, I can tell you're going to give a great review for it.
Because you
I
need
know,
to get
I can
on
tell.
this.
Okay, we'll come back.
I think me and you should blow this off so much.
I was reading the story about the student, beginner student pilot, it says, was taking his first Cessna lesson. And so he's up and he has an instructor with him. His first lesson in the Cessna, and the instructor passed out cold in the cockpit. Like, so here he is up there flying the plane. The instructor's out. And do I have the audio from the plane, Raymundo? Here you go.
Do you know how to operate the aeroplane? this is my third lesson.
Are they unconscious?
He's leaning over my shoulder. I'm trying to keep him up, but he keeps falling down.
The first thing we're going to do is make sure that the wings stay level and that you keep consistent speed and consistent altitude. Is your instructor communicating at all?
No, he's not.
You're doing really, really well. You're doing an amazing job.
That's when I'd pee.
Yeah.
Right then. Everywhere. So he's up in his plane, and he's like, my guy's out. The guy's teaching me he's out. And they walk him through it. And so I text this message over to Amy, and I'm like, Amy, this pilot had to land a plane on his first ever lesson. What does your husband think about this? Because your husband in the Air Force, was in the Air Force, is still a pilot today.
Right. He's also an instructor.
Yeah. So here is Amy's husband, and is he with a flight instructor?
He's with another instructor.
Okay.
When I sent it to him, he happened to be getting checked out. All pilots have to get checked out in certain planes at certain times, day, night. So my husband was getting checked out in a particular plane at night. And so I said, well, why don't y'all talk about this?
Well, here is Amy's husband, Ben, asking the flight instructor if a person without training can land a plane.
Kind of depends on what kind of runway he's going to, whether or not he's got a visual approach slope indicator.
Yeah.
And if he does, he can put himself on that glide path.
So pretty much anybody could do it?
I think him having been in the airplane, one or two flights, gave him a comfort level that the average person would not have. But it's certainly something that he should have been able to do safely.
See, I guess it was not a big deal. Yeah, right.
Oh.
All the liquid in my body would be out. Vomit, mouth, pee, like everywhere. I'd be like, what? Like, wake up, man.
And to clarify that, I think a lot of that means a person should be able to be talked through it, like with air traffic control or an instructor or someone. The instructor my husband was with even said, I would hop up. If I was nearby, I'd get in a plane, go get next to him, talk him through the whole thing next to him and say, okay, right now, this is the move you need to make. This is the button you need to push.
Somebody flies up next to me. I think they're going to try to dogfight me like in Top Gun.
Or shoot
What do
me
I
down.
do now? Yeah.
Right?
So here's Amy's husband. He says the guy was able to do it because pretty much he stayed calm.
And he stayed calm the whole time and listened to the instructor, and that's the biggest thing I think was him staying calm and being able to process instead of just losing his mind.
Now, if he was going to a runway that had no glide path information, with his experience, that's going to be pretty hard for him to do.
Right.
And had I been around in a Cirrus or a 172, I would have gotten on his wing and talked him down. Fly formation.
Yeah, just.
I don't know what a lot of that means.
No, me either.
Talking about Pats, but that's pretty cool that guy was able to land the plane.
Yeah, my husband said it was super impressive.
All you have to do is be calm.
Stay calm.
Okay.
Yeah.
All you have to do. Okay.
Sit back and
Hey,
relax.
just as long as you take deep breaths and land this thing, you'll be okay. Watch me be calm.
Right. I would freak out. But yeah, staying calm.
We're going to do this. If you're married, Amy, which you are, we had your
Yes.
husband on there, is it okay to check out an attractive person if they walk by you?
Oh, wow. We've talked about this
before. Talk me
before.
through this, Amy. Go ahead.
If you're with your, okay, I'm not going to blatantly.
Hold your answer. We'll come back to it in a
Okay.
second.
Nice.
So you guys can also hit us up. You want to jump in on this? Maybe you've been in trouble for this. 877-77-BOBBY. If you're married or in a relationship, what's the okayness of checking out an attractive person if they walk by you? We did mention Amy was going to review Yellowstone.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
5 stars, 5 bulls, cattle, 5 cattle out
What
of
channel is this on?
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
So Kevin Costner owns this ranch or whatever property called Yellowstone. And
It's not National Park? Yellowstone National Park?
no, it's in Montana. And it's modern day. I thought for a
Yeah,
long
1800s,
time.
Billy the
'cause-
Kid.
No. Everyone was raving about Yellowstone. And me, like you, Bobby, I'm not really into a Western, back in 1930 or whatever year this took place. No, it's now. And it's really interesting. There's so many layers. It's very good. And it's now. The color, everything about it is modern. Don't worry about that. It's not a Western. They fool you with the intro. It looks very Western-y, but it's not.
I won't even watch that show with Ashton Kutcher because
Oh, the ranch.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Because it's in the western
right.
area.
I was wrong. I was wrong about this show for a long time.
yeah. Okay, so you love
Yellowstone.
Yellowstone. Weird that it's not about the national park.
Yeah.
That's like going, you know what, we're going to do a show called Wrigley Field, but it's not actually about where the Cubs play baseball. It's about just a field named Wrigley. It's kind of a big name to pick to. Okay,
What's
so
the name of they brand? You could get branded on your chest with the Yellowstone brand.
I've been watching because Mike D reviewed it on his Instagram story. I started watching Barry. Do you guys watch Barry?
No.
I heard it's really good.
What is it about?
He's a hitman who had come out of the military. He's a Marine, and then he becomes a hitman after. Doesn't have a lot of options after, but one of his hits is in L.A. and he's gonna go and do a hit on somebody in an acting class. And so he's in the acting class, and he's like, "Oh, I kind of like this," and so he becomes an actor while he's being a hitman. So
It's funny.
it's pretty funny. Yeah, I mean, it's not a straightforward comedy, meaning it's not just all laughs. There's no laugh track. What channel is it on normally? HBO. So I watch it on my computer. So yeah, Barry's pretty good. I've watched one season of 2, and they're only 30-minute episodes.
Oh, that's good.
I'm watching Glow on Netflix too. You watch that at all?
No, you told me I wouldn't really like it a long time ago when you first started.
that
It's
the
the
wrestling
girl
one?
wrestlers.
Yeah, it's about roughly based on literally the gorgeous ladies of wrestling, which was an 80s wrestling thing. So it's based on that. I'm being told Yellowstone is on the Paramount Network.
Okay, well, I watch it on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, no, me too. I'll hit that button. My TV has a thing called apps on it. Well, one of them does. My other TV doesn't.
Paramount Network is a thing. I don't even know. I don't know. I just try to find it. And it is, man, I had to buy it on Amazon Prime, but it's worth it.
Oh, so you're buying it on Amazon Prime. It's not just if you have an Amazon account.
Correct.
Great.
Well, I don't know. You can
man.
maybe get it. So maybe maybe your cable, because we canceled our cable stuff. All we have is Hulu Live and Amazon Prime's that's where our money goes now.
Did you, same amount of money going out because you're just buying all these shows?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right, we'll come back. I want to talk about this. If you're married, is it okay to check out an attractive person that walks by you?
Yeah.
And it's okay.
Let's talk about it.
It's okay. It's okay.
You're going to
Why are
preface
you
it with
saying
it's
it's
fine.
okay. I mean, I wasn't going to say
Fine.
Okay, whatever.
We'll talk about that. We'll do it next. Hang out.
Hanging out with the Bobby Bones Show.
Hey, it's Bobby. You're lying there. You're What do you think? If you're married or in a relationship, what's the rules on looking at someone from the opposite sex? Amy, go ahead.
Oh, did you say, does it matter if they're with you or not? Because either way, I have an answer. But didn't you say first if they're right next to you or no?
No, in your head, I think you're developing some weird scenario, but go ahead.
I'm going to say no. Try not to. Obviously, you can acknowledge if someone's attractive or not, but you don't need to be checking somebody out. Be like, oh, dang, give me a piece of that.
What?
You're escalating it way quicker
Yeah,
than
what's
it
the
is.
difference?
Give me a piece
If you
of that.
eye them up and down, because there's sometimes,
Again,
you
you're
said
also
checking out.
Eyeing up and down.
Okay, what was the word you used? Checking out?
Sure.
Okay, no. You can acknowledge, you can respectfully say, wow, that person's attractive, but not check them out.
But how are you going to know if you're not looking
You
at them
look
up
at
and
people-
down?
You don't have to look at them up and down. You can look at people's face or
Oh,
you
okay.
can look at people and appreciate if you're attracted to them, but you don't have to check them out.
The question is, if you're married, is it okay to check out an attractive person that walks by you? That was just a generic question.
See
I just
that?
wanted to see what I said exactly.
Yes.
And Amy's like, well, if you got your hands all over them. No, all I asked was that. That's it. Let me go talk to Teresa in Virginia. Teresa, thank you for calling the Bobby Bone Show. What do you think about this?
I would say absolutely not. It's about the respect of the person you're with. If you're by yourself, it's okay. But if you're with somebody, it's respecting that other person. You don't need to check somebody else out.
Amy, if you're by yourself, are you looking?
No.
You're not looking at all.
Checking out, like you can.
Amy, let me show you checking
Okay.
out, right? Walk through.
You want me to get up?
Just walk through. I want to show you
Okay.
what checking out is. I don't know what your warped mind is saying about checking out, but this is me checking you out. Ready? And Amy's walking through. Watch my face, though. You don't have to look at. Just look forward. Okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's it.
Yeah, you checked her out.
That's it. You just check out.
I thought checking out is like,
I'm not giving you a full eyeball massage.
I thought it was like up, down.
Oh, whistle at him too?
Am I on a construction
Whistling.
site? Checking out is just looking and going, all right, checked it out. Like if you were to check out a car, if you're driving by, like, oh, check that car out. That's cool. It doesn't have to be whatever weird thing you're doing with your mind.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like checking them out,
I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
According to psychologists, looking is natural, and it's not even unhealthy as long as it's just looking.
Right. Okay. Just looking.
Let's go over to Eric in Georgia. Eric, how are you, bud? Thanks for calling the Bobby Bone Show. What do you think about this?
Man, I'm doing great this morning. How are you, Bobby?
Pretty good. Now, you're with your girl, your wife, and someone walks by, she's pretty. What's up with you? What are you going to look?
Yeah, me and my wife have discussed this openly before, and we both agree you're going to see attractive qualities in other people. Now, as long as those minimal interactions, or if you see an attractive quality in a person of the opposite sex, but you keep it at that and you stick to your business, that's okay. So my wife and I both don't feel like that's a bad thing, because everybody's going to see somebody that has an attractive quality. But as long as you keep it at that and you go on about your business, that's how we both seem to feel equally about it. But it does also come down to respecting your spouse. You're not going to go out of your way to gawk at a woman who you think is attractive, or a man in her case, especially with your spouse sitting there. That's very disrespectful.
Anytime you go extra physical with it, like a lean or a drool, like Amy thinks every
Too much.
checkout is. Yeah, but just to look and check it. Again, that's the most honest thing, because that's what I would compare it to. Going, well, I'm not going to dream about other people, because that's not respectful. You can't control a dream. You can't control if you feel like someone's attractive. So why not be open and honest and be like, oh yeah, it's pretty.
I think he brought up a good point. If they've talked about it, I think it's healthy if you're in a relationship and you if just talk about it. We were at the beach and this girl.
Oh boy,
that's always trouble. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna take a half step back at the beach. Go ahead.
No, I mean, there was no denying. This girl came by. I mean, her body was insane. Like, every head on the beach was like, where did she come from? What is this body? I mean, it was amazing. So we all, me, my husband, another couple we were with, we all acknowledged, like, oh my gosh, look at her body. It's amazing.
You know, the guys were like, you guys acknowledge first. We're going to wait on you guys to walk through the road before we do.
I thought you would appreciate that being healthy, like just being able to talk about it together.
Yeah.
But then we were like, how old is she, I wonder? And I was like, I hope she's
And the guys were like,
18.
we did not acknowledge anything.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But then I don't even know. I don't even think she was from America. It was one of her body. Whew.
Well, I will say this. Guys are looking even if you don't think they are. So to anyone who thinks that their husband or boyfriend isn't checking someone out, you're wrong. They're just doing it when you're not seeing them. Now, again, you don't have to spend 10 seconds doing it. But for someone that goes, no, we just don't do that. No, you're just not catching them. You're just not seeing them.
Well, what about if you said no lingering with the looking.
Absolutely.
And then you can stop you shouldn't, you don't
Right. My
think
advice
about
is
that
to wear
person.
sunglasses.
Dark
All the time.
sunglasses.
Everywhere.
Mhm.
Chelsea in Kansas, you're on the Bobby Bones Show. Good morning, Chelsea.
Hey, morning, studio.
Morning.
I was going to say that I think it's a hard no, and you definitely shouldn't. I don't know. I just think it comes down to respect, and I don't know. I feel like you should only have eyes for the one you're with, I guess. I know that sounds probably stupid and naive, but I don't know.
I don't think it sounds
No.
stupid.
Mm-mm.
It sounds like a nice wish. It does. Like you pick up the little weed and you blow it and you go, I wish my boyfriend husband wouldn't look at other girls. Oh, good luck.
Yeah, little dandelions.
Yeah, good luck, dandelion. Do your job. I don't think it's stupid at all. But I think having eyes for someone that you're with is more than just seeing the physical part of them. It's having eyes that means you're only going to be with them and only going to invest emotionally, intellectually, physically. That's all. I'll leave it there. If I were with somebody and she was like, that dude's good looking, I'd be like, that dude is good looking.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Humans are attracted to other attractive humans.
You'd probably notice it first.
I'd be like, that dude's hot. Look at him. Let me do one more. Let me go to, is it Yadira in Austin? Yadira?
Yes, it's Yadira.
Hey, what's
Good
happening?
morning. Hey, so I just wanted to call in and say I think it's completely okay. My husband and I sometimes will even look together for fun and just compare, like, wow, you're attracted to that. I look nothing like that.
Yeah, Craigslist.
So I think it's completely okay. I mean, as long as you don't act upon it, it's just looking.
That's how I feel too. Thank you, Yadira. Appreciate that call.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Amy, you say the question was, do you need the question again? Is it okay to check somebody out? Yes or no? You can say if you've been shifted a bit, that's okay.
I haven't shifted.
Go ahead.
It depends. My
What is
view,
your
my
answer?
definition of checking out. I guess I'll just stick with no.
Okay.
Unless
Lunchbox?
Listen, there is nothing wrong with window shopping. We all do it. You walk by a nice store, you look in and say, oh, I wish I could have that maybe one day.
No.
Yes, you dream about things. So
wish.
window shopping is absolutely okay.
What are you talking about?
Eddie?
Well, here's the thing. Like, it's okay. It's fine. It happens. You've got to be discreet about it. I think what everyone said, respect the person you're with. Be discreet about it. My trick is to walk behind my wife a little bit. That way I have free range. What? It's hard. What?
And also wear sunglasses.
It is really hard
y'all?
to have control and not look again if you find someone real attractive, and you have to try really, really hard, but it's worth the effort.
No, you don't have to try really, really hard, Eddie. You're calculated about it, and you walk a few paces behind your wife so that
Just
you
to
can't.
see, I'm not doing anything. I just look and I'm like, she is really pretty, and then I'll walk away. We'll take a few more steps. Then let me see again.
So you drop back again. Honey,
Yeah,
I'm
drop again, and then
you downshift. Boom. You fall back about 5 paces.
No, Eddie, Bobby's approach to it is way more respectful to your wife if you walk with her and then say, oh, hey, whoa, that
yeah, we've
girl's
had that
good-looking.
conversation. It doesn't go very
Not a
well.
good one?
Nah.
Now he has to walk 5 paces back.
He leaves half an hour early. See, here's what you do. You get in the car. Take it. All right.
Oh,
Luke
my
Bryan,
goodness.
Knockin' Boots, Bobby Bones Show.
This truck needs a half tank.
Bones.
Lunchbox has a lottery story that you found yesterday. What's happening over there?
Oh my gosh, this guy back in May, he won $1 million in the lottery. So you think, okay, he's rich, he's gonna walk away, quit playing. Then this weekend he goes and buys a $25 scratch off, and he won $100,000. Wow.
If you won $1 million, how much are you putting back into lottery tickets?
Oh, probably the same amount that I've been putting in, because it obviously is a good system, because I put in $100 a paycheck and I win $1 million. So that means, hey, that $100 is doing a good thing.
But because now you have more money, are you not putting more money into it?
No, because then you get reckless. That's the problem, is people get greedy. Is once you win, you think, oh, you start chasing that high again of that win. If you just stay consistent, that's how gamblers win. They always say in Vegas, don't, like, if you lose
gamblers don't really win, right? Like, for the most part, you don't win. Odds are you're not going to win. There's a reason why they are able to make these casinos really nice. They're able to offer free stuff to gamblers. It's because the odds are against you.
Right.
And more times than not, people lose.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You can't get reckless. Like, if you're playing blackjack, you can't lose a $20 hand and be like, oh, got to double up to catch up and put $40 out there. That's how the casino gets you. So you got to stay consistent. So keep the $100. But, man, if I won $1 million, I'd be on a nice vacation.
As you're giving this advice about gambling, though, and all this casino winnings, I mean, have you ever won the lottery? Or
I've won $250 on a scratch off.
Oh, wow.
That's the most you've ever won?
That's the most I've ever won.
And then you pay how much a month?
Well, $100 each paycheck, so that's $200. And then if I'm at the gas station and I just feel like there's someone calling my name if I'm checking out and it just shines right off the light, I'll buy it.
So you spend about $250 a month.
Probably.
But the most you've ever won is $250.
Yeah. But it just takes once. That's what I'm saying. You guys don't understand.
No,
it takes one big hit for all that to be like, woo, come to daddy. Oh my gosh. And I dream about it all the time. Like I play it.
I hope he wins one day, because he's the most passionate person about the lottery that I know.
He's who they look for.
Right. But
He's their demo?
Yeah.
I hope.
What do you mean? People that want to be rich? Yeah, absolutely.
No, people that no. Okay, yeah.
People that will buy the ticket.
If you're doing it for entertainment, I think it's great.
Right.
But you're doing it because you think it's an investment.
It is an investment. You can't win if you don't play. You guys are, oh, you have better odds to do. No. You have to play to win. And listen, if you don't win, sit on the sideline. If you want to live your life sitting on the sideline all the time.
I sit on the sideline at the lottery.
Okay, that's how you want to play your life, sit on the sideline.
But as
I
long
want
as
to be in
you've
the game.
Been playing. Have you done the math on the thousands of dollars?
Thousands and thousands.
Trust me.
and
Guess what?
thousands.
It ain't adding up to $1 million. So when I hit $1 million, payday.
But you know, it
profit.
doesn't make your odds any better when you lose and go to the next one. Like, it's not like you have a better chance of winning now because you've been playing all that time.
I understand that. But if I stop playing now, then I have no chance to win. That's what I'm saying. You have to keep playing until you win. If I win $100 million, all those thousands of dollars, it's just like whatever.
Right, that's true.
It's like,
but if
who
you
cares?
don't win $100 million, what about all those thousands of dollars?
Then it's a little sad. At the end of my life, if I haven't won, then I'll look back and be like, man, I could have done something cool with that money.
Had a lot of money.
There's a couple that won $500,000 and now they're accused of a burglary spree too.
What?
Yeah, it's lottery. Apparently, as soon as you win it, you turn into a bad person.
Wow.
Just a couple in Michigan that won $500,000 were just arrested for a 2-month burglary spree. They're facing charges of home invasion and the burglary of tools. Those tools are expensive.
Yeah.
It's like supermarket sweep. Going for the big turkey, you go for the tools when you rob the place. Yeah, there you go.
It's time for the good news.
With Bobby.
Tell me something good.
So when Hurricane Dorian arrived in the Bahamas, this woman, Chella, sprang into action and she opened her home and she rescued 100 dogs.
Oh my gosh.
100 dogs.
That's amazing.
And protecting them from the dangerous storm, she runs an animal rescue in the city of Nassau and knows firsthand just how many homeless dogs there are and dogs that people maybe have left behind if they knew it was coming and they were able to get off the island. She estimates that she saved about 100 dogs during this and maybe 1,000 dogs in efforts before the storm even hit, like putting the animals in places. And I think that's fantastic. So I love dogs. I love people that save dogs. And I guess I'm in love with her. I'll just say it. I'm in love with her.
She's single?
Yeah, I'm in love. I'm in love with Chella Phillips. I said it. All right, that's what it's all about right there.
That was Tell Me Something Good.
Luke Combs, she got the best of me. He'll be at the house today doing a Bobbycast. We'll do an interview with Luke Combs today. Over an hour long. If you want to check it out, subscribe to the Bobbycast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts. Thinking about you, Amy, I read this story. There's a vegan who had taken her neighbors to court because the smell of meat from their barbecues is bothering her so much that she's like, we're going to court. I'm taking you in.
Oh, wow.
The court and the state's, body had included that cooking smells, cigarette smoke, reflective light, and that the sounds of children, she just sounds like a terrible neighbor.
Right.
Regardless of the vegan part, the headline was all about her being a vegan and smelling meat was the real reason she took him in.
Right.
What's up with your meat intake?
Oh, I'm eating meat now.
Are you?
Yeah. I eat all kinds of protein now. I don't discriminate. Which I only went vegan a long time ago because I was trying to get pregnant. I went vegan, gluten-free, organic, like all the things. And I didn't get pregnant, but I kept going because I did feel good. For me at the time, that's what worked, and I felt good. And then now I feel better eating meat. And so but I felt bad about it for a while because I was vegan for so long, or like 70% vegan. And now I'm like, who cares? Like, just eat what you feel like, if that's what you want.
So your advice would be?
Listen to your body. I felt like I put a certain amount of pressure on myself to not eat that much fish or meat or protein because I wasn't eating that before.
What made you think that was?
I read a book.
Because most people that I know that got pregnant were eating a lot of meat.
Right. Well, I was eating meat and not getting pregnant. So then this girl told me she started doing this plan, and she cut out meat and gluten, all this stuff, and she got pregnant. So she gave me the book.
Did she think that got her pregnant?
Yes, a lot of people did.
Yeah.
And she also, in the book, it talked about getting the colonics. Remember when I went to do that?
Yeah.
And the acupuncture, and I did that. So I did all these things. And I do think at the time I needed to clean up my diet. I think ultimately what that did, it wasn't that I went vegan, it's that I learned how to really eat clean because it promoted that. I was trying to keep my body, like get my body functioning at a high rate so that I could ovulate and get pregnant and do all the things. So
And
I think
you never got pregnant.
I never got pregnant, but it taught me how to eat clean. So I thought that that's what was making me feel better. But I really lost weight and started feeling better because of that.
Are you still
Trying to get pregnant? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, now I'm eating meat again, so I don't know. We're not trying, but we're not. It came up when we were at the beach. Somebody said something about more kids, and I said, we're not, right? Oh, you can get this thing done now. We were with our friend that's a doctor, and he was talking about this thing women can have done where I don't even know, so don't email me that I'm wrong about this, but just paraphrasing, you burn the uterus or something. It's something you go in. You're not getting a hysterectomy or anything. You still have all the stuff, but it takes away your period and does something. And I was like, that sounds amazing. You don't have to have a period, but you still have all your organs and stuff. So, and then you can't get pregnant. And so I might do a little more research. And then my husband kind of looked at me like, are we done? I said, yes,
with
I think
talking
we're done.
or babies?
With babies.
Are you going to adopt another?
I could see us doing that possibly. But at this point, getting pregnant right now and going through a pregnancy and a newborn, if we adopted, it'd probably be older. A newborn, could you imagine?
Yeah, I could. I think you always.
I know people do it all the time.
Just in general with life, you always think that things are a little too much, a little too intense, a little too large till it happens to you, and you can handle so much more than you think you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I can imagine.
Yes,
like
I
Eddie,
know.
for example, he's got 2 foster kids.
Exactly.
Never thought he could take 2 foster kids with his other kids. He's got a house of 4 kids right now.
I'm 40 years old and I have a newborn
Right.
at the house.
So yes,
You're right.
It would be a shift, but I can imagine because we, as humans, we're so much stronger than we think we are.
Right.
And we've been tested in so many ways, and we're still here. We're still here.
It's well put, dude. It's perfect. That's exactly right.
So yeah, I think you need a newborn. Matter of fact, open the door, bring it in.
Surprise.
Here it is. It's a newborn.
Maybe. I could see us adopting, maybe.
At some point, I'm gonna have to have a baby.
Yeah.
I don't like. I want kids, and I don't look and go, man, I wish I had a kid right now. But I do go, I wish I was like 7 or 8 years invested into a kid already, so I could have that 9 or 10-year-old.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like I've missed on. I had to pick early. Like, am I going to dedicate myself to my career, or am I going to dedicate myself to my relationships and a baby? And I chose career, and so not that I'm not choosing career, but at least I'm kind of my eyeballs are opening up a little bit. I talked about early this morning. I'm going to a new therapist tomorrow, and she's a relationship therapist. And it's just me going, okay, I know that I'm the common denominator of all these failures in relationships. I'm a wonderful boyfriend as far as like being kind, but I'm not a wonderful boyfriend as far as like being vulnerable. Like I'm a great giver, but I'm a great giver of the easy things, but not of the hard things. And so like I'm a good person, but I'm not just once it starts to get into that really deep emotional vulnerability, I'm like, I'm probably gonna get out of here. I'll tell you guys tomorrow. So I'm gonna go, and for the first time I'm gonna go to a relationship therapist who she normally just deals with couples or couples that come in individually. But I was like, hey, let's switch it up. I'm telling her, let's switch it up.
How about
I come in and I'm dating nobody.
Check it out.
And let's figure out what's wrong with me. All right, let me run this by you. So
you're half the couple of the couple.
yeah, except there's no other half.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go and see what's up. And maybe it's just a one session, hit or quitter, and I'm out and it doesn't work. But maybe I've got to find new ways to get into my own head.
Yeah, I'm super curious to see how it goes.
Yeah, me too. I got a message from her. We talked about it this morning. She didn't hear it, but I got a message like, hey, just confirming the appointment for tomorrow. And I was like, yep, we're in. And it's, again, close to my house, which I was like, my other one was 45 minutes away. What am I going to do?
You don't have time
No.
for that.
Who has time? You do. Again.
Priorities. But really, you don't.
No, I do. But I do. Amy, I agree. It's easy to make an excuse. But again, if I can just go full life here, we are only our priorities. That's it. And if I'm not getting 45 minutes away to my old therapist, it wasn't my priority to get there. We are only our priorities. That's it. If we didn't get there or we're not doing it, it's because it's not a high enough priority for us with anything in life, not just this, with work, with kids, with eating right, with whatever it is. If you're not doing it, it's because it's not enough of a priority to you to do it right. And that's okay. If it's okay and that's how it shakes out for you, great. But excuses, those aren't things. Don't make excuses. Because if you aren't doing it, it's not a priority enough to do it.
Yeah.
Just not a big excuse guy. I don't use them myself.
But it is convenient to have a therapist closer to you.
Yep, but it's my fault.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. What do you want to do?
I feel like you were just lecturing me because you're looking at me, but I know you're
What do you mean
speaking
you
to
talk to
everybody.
the
I know.
empty chair?
I know you're talking
The
to
ghost
everybody.
of Trisha Yearwood that was here this morning?
I know. In my mind, you're looking at me talking, and in my head, I'm going, okay, fine,
No,
okay.
I'm having a conversation with you.
I'll make stuff a priority.
No, it's just we only have a few places in our life for the most important things.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have 11 to 100 number one priorities. You can have one or two or three things that really mean a lot to you, and those are the ones you should really invest your time in. You can have secondaries. I have secondaries, but it's just relationships got to be up at least in my secondary now. It's not right now. It hasn't been ever. I've been like, relationship? Nah, I'll be all right. I'm 39 years old. Eddie's got like 94 kids, and I'm like, dang, that's cool.
I think when you start having kids, that's because we always talk about, oh, Bobby needs to, enjoy life a little bit. I think when you start having kids, you're going to really enjoy life.
Yeah, I don't really enjoy the spoils of my labor. Because I've been crushing it, and it's been a couple good years for me career-wise too. And it's all the same to me. I'm just like, what's next? Where can I go next? Where's the work? Where can I put in the work?
So, Eddie, you think that a kid will change that? He still won't try to work? Because a lot of people have kids, and they still work like crazy.
No, because when you have kids, it just changes your whole outlook on life. You're just like, this is no longer about me. This is about them. Like, I'm going to start living my life that way.
But here's what I think I'll do is I'll go, it's about them. I got to make sure they're taking care of their whole life.
Right.
Like, I grew up super poor. I got to make sure that they're not that way.
Right.
So I don't think it's that what you're saying.
You'll just take them with you.
All right, kids, we're going to go to the set.
They're going to hate
we're
it.
going to do a $13 American Idol shoot. Hang out here. Yeah. Everybody feel Tony Robbins here?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thomas Rhett, Life Changes. I wasn't talking at you.
I know.
We were talking with each
No,
other.
it was good. Maybe it's something I needed to receive.
Maybe it was. Did you receive it?
Tony.
All right. Thomas Rhett.
Waking up.
By the way, let me update the fantasy draft yesterday, which we did emojis. And so we drafted our favorite emojis. This wasn't a good look for the whole show here.
It wasn't?
Only 2 of us had decent points at all.
I mean, there are a lot of emojis.
I know, but I'm telling you. And Eddie, you have to sit out. You lost. You're in
No,
last
I
place.
lost?
Yeah.
Oh, that hurt.
Like by a lot?
At 7. No, not by a lot, because all you, Lunchbox, and Morgan number 2 are 1 percentage away. It was 8%, 8%, 7%. Woo! So
Dang.
all the loser. I was second with 28%, and Raymundo gets his first win.
Wow.
There he is. Raymundo with his first win.
He crushed
What do you want to say, Raymundo?
Oh, man, start the dynasty, baby. Get that trophy ready for me.
Well, you got 1. So you have to. That's a good start. You got to get 1 before you get
need 10.
I was feeling like a loser, though. I kind of feel like I got my groove right now, though.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was a dominant performance right there.
With the smiling face with the hearts with eyes, great first round pick. The I don't know girl, and then the one with the hand on their face, like, oh.
SMH.
Those are his picks. So between Ray and I, almost 80% of the votes.
You?
Us two.
What did you have?
Laughing with tears in the eyes, the eye roll, and the fire.
Yeah, those are good.
Oh, yeah.
But Raymundo, you won. You
domination.
dominated, bud. Nice work.
That's what I'm talking about. Felt real good.
Tomorrow, Eddie sits
Sorry.
out. Amy comes in.
Got it. I'm ready.
Yeah, all right.
The scoreboard. Morgan number 2 with 4 wins. I have 2. Amy has 2. Lunchbox has 2. Eddie has 2. Ray has 1.
Yeah!
We're playing to 10. By the way, we're getting Ray his own camera for his room. If you watch us, you can watch us live on Facebook as we do the show. We're putting his own little camera in that room instead of looking through the glass.
Yeah, I would hope. If you look at it, I'm smoking cigarettes back here. I'm in a bar. The film, the glass isn't even cleaned. It looks like it hasn't been Windexed. But it's still camera ready, baby. Put us on Facebook.
By the way, Ray does not
Thanks,
smoke
Ray.
cigarettes. He may have thought. What
He
did you
meant that the
No, he's
glass
saying
is
it
dirty.
looks like
I
it.
know what he meant,
Yeah.
but for our listeners.
And then we always do
Because Ray talked about dipping during the show. Because Ray used to dip during the show.
Yeah.
They'd be like, here he is using tobacco again.
Well, and that was back in the day, and that was smokeless.
It was like 6 months ago.
Nobody smokes in radio studios nowadays. I think people get that.
Tomorrow, the draft will be first dance songs at weddings. And Amy will have the first pick.
Oh, wow.
Ray will, because he's in Amy's spot.
Yeah, we can't shift it. Ray just has to be the moving guy. Amy, you got the first pick. Ray will sit in Eddie's spot.
Now, you're talking about first dance with the couple or the dad and
First dance at the wedding. That's the first dance song at weddings. That's the category. Whatever you decide to put it in is what it is.
Oh, interesting.
So, all right, there you go. That's it. Debbie and Franklin is on the phone and wants to hang out with us. Debbie, thanks for calling the show. What's happening?
Hi, thank you. I just wanted to let you know how much your show really impacts people. I was in several airports this past weekend, Nashville, Amarillo, and Dallas. And when you guys talked last week, Amy talked about using the handicap restrooms, and that was a conversation that you guys had. And now when I go into Walmart or when I was in the airports, I consciously say, oh, do I need to be using that bigger stall, the bigger handicap restroom? So I just want to let you know that your shows really do impact people because now I consciously think about it.
Oh,
I'm
thanks.
like, okay, can't use that one. So, yeah, I've been listening way back when you guys were in Austin, and now I live outside of Nashville, and you guys are awesome. But, yeah, your shows really do impact people because I think of those things now.
I appreciate that.
So,
and the whole thing was, can you use the big bathroom with the rail on it for handicap? And the answer is yes. But if there are 2, go to the other one. Because what if someone comes in that actually is handicapped?
Right.
And they need that open. So it is there for you. You can use it. It's not only for handicapped people, but it is the handicap stall. So if you can, chill and go to another one. It's like the movie theater, the handicap seats. I sat in one accidentally.
Oh, boy.
And then someone rolled up and they were just looking at me. And they were in a wheelchair and I was like, what's up? I didn't know I was in the handicap seat. And I felt like the biggest goober. And I was like, oh, my bad. I didn't even realize. So I appreciate that call. You want to take another run at what are we calling this game? The 60-second showdown? Our station in Chicago does this game where they give you $1,000 if you can get 10 questions right in 60 seconds. And you want to take one more run at it? We can start getting listeners on to do this too.
And the questions aren't really
No, they're not
hard.
They're not hard.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
I think it's a fun game. I like doing it as a category. Amy, are you ready? You want to play?
Ready.
All right, the category would be U.S. states.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, good.
Or would you rather get a listener? I can get a listener on. We can play a song.
Amy,
and
you're
get a
good at
listener on.
states.
Okay. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
You want to get a
Thank
listener
you
on?
for the encouragement. I'll go. Or if the listener would rather play it, I'm going to take it away from them, but I'll play.
Hey, Ray, who's on line 4? If they're good, just put them on hold.
All right, we're checking right now.
We'll give them a chance to. I'll tell you what, if they win, I'll give them money out of my own pocket.
How much?
$100.
Okay.
I'm not giving $1,000. That's the station's paying for that.
Just checking.
That's Chicago.
Oh, wait. Hold on. What do I get if I win?
You're not playing. The caller's going to play.
You were gonna play, Amy.
We were
for-
gonna play.
for 1,000.
No.
For $1 million. Of
No.
Bobby's.
$100
Okay.
is what's up for grabs right now. And so I'll give you 10 questions and see what you can get here. We got anybody?
Trying a different line.
Can you guys hear Ray, or is that only?
Yeah,
in my
no, we
ears?
hear him.
Sometimes I think he's only talking to me and you guys can all hear him, and it's
Yeah.
really weird. All right, well then why don't we play a song and come back and do it after that then? All right, let's do Chase Rice, Eyes on You, Bobby Bone Show. We'll play this right after this. Jen, you good?
Hey,
How are you today? You pretty good or not?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, we're real good. Glad you want to play this
Good.
game. You have a chance to win $100. Now, this is not radio station money. They don't give us any money to play games with, which is kind of weird. Sometimes I'll be listening to podcasts, and like a podcast, like 80 people be like, "We got $1,000 to give away as a gift," and I'm like, I have to use my own money for games. What is wrong with the system?
Well, I appreciate you
Oh, good. All right, good.
giving me a chance to win your money.
Thank you. All right, are you ready to play out? You have 10 questions in 60 seconds. If you can get it all right, you win.
Okay.
Ready with the timer. As soon as the first question is over, the timer starts. Question number
right.
1. What's the capital of California?
San Diego,
Incorrect. We'll come back to it. What state is Mount Rushmore in?
oh gosh,
You can pass.
Arizona,
Incorrect. What state is known as the land of 10,000 lakes?
oh, Michigan,
Incorrect. What state is the Grand Canyon in? The Grand.
Arizona.
That's correct. There she is with a big answer. There she is. What state is shaped like a mitten and made up of two parts?
Oh my. Pass.
I mean, you got 1 of 5. Let's make the game worth $1,000. Why not? Let's make it worth $1,000. All right, here we go. What's the postal abbreviation for Arkansas?
AK.
Incorrect. Let's make it worth $10,000. Let's make it worth $10,000. Hawaii is located in what ocean?
Pacific.
Correct. I'm sorry, time's up. You did not win $10,000.
Clearly, geography is my forte.
Mount Rushmore is in South Dakota. The capital of California is?
Sacramento.
Correct. 10,000
man.
lakes. The land of 10,000 lakes is?
I don't know.
Michigan.
Minnesota.
Montana.
Minnesota.
You know, I think you guessed Michigan twice, and it wasn't right either time.
It started with an M.
It didn't change.
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? She has a point. The Grand Canyon's in Arizona. The mitten shape is where Raymundo is from, Michigan.
Michigan.
Florida.
Oh, man.
Everglades National Park's in Florida. The postal abbreviation for Arkansas is AR. Hawaii is in the Pacific Ocean. What's the largest
Well, I
state by
got
population?
two right. Does that count?
Amy, largest state by population?
By population, New York?
California. And finally, what state is known as the land of Lincoln?
Where, Pennsylvania?
Illinois. Sorry. Hey,
Oh.
you did not win, Jen. How do you feel about your performance today?
It's pretty poor. I think I need to study.
Yeah, but you had a lot of heart. You know, you can't really
Yes,
underestimate
all
heart in someone until they get on the air and give it a run.
Perfect.
What do you do for a living,
Thank
Jen?
you guys so much. I'm a nurse at an elementary school.
Oh, wow, really? When you first start that job, do you get sick every day for a while?
Well, I was a nurse at a children's hospital before I started here, so I feel like I was pretty strong on the immune system. But yes, now clearly I'm sick. It's the start of school, so
Oh, are you sick? Is that why you're a little congested there?
I sound a little raspy, yeah.
And so what do you do for yourself when you're sick?
Well,
Can you take a needle?
That's
Can you
a
do
good
yourself a needle?
question.
Like, can you hold your arm out and go?
oh my gosh, no.
Oh.
I just pushed through. My kids are funny because they were telling me I couldn't go to school with my voice sounding like this. And I was like, this is real life. We still have to go to work.
Gotta pay the bills, kids.
That's right.
You got bad kids,
So
huh?
we'll
No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Hey, thank you, Jen, for playing. I would have loved to get you in the $1 million game. We had $1 million secretly up for grabs. She didn't win it. Maybe next time.
Next time.
All right.
All right.
Bye,
Thanks, y'all.
Jen.
Have a great day.
Hope you feel better.
Bye.
Bye-bye. She sounds like my dog. My dog's all stuffly and like that. Came back from training sick. I don't know.
He worked too hard.
Yeah, I was excited to see how
He was
trained
probably
he was.
like, this is the most work I've ever done in my life.
He's like, what's happening here? Okay, appreciate everybody hanging out. You guys can follow me on Instagram, Mr. Bobby Bones, MR Bobby Bones. Appreciate you, and follow the show at Bobby Bones Show. There you go.
The Bobby Bones Show.
couple things for tomorrow. Sister Hazel in tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be pretty cool. Maybe you know this song from Sister Hazel right here. Maybe you don't know that one.
I don't know that one.
Play All For You. That's the one that people will know. This one.
What it is I see in you. Wonder if I'll always be with you.
They're going to play live. They may do Champagne High, which I love. That's why that clip is up. But do you guys know this one?
No.
It's gonna be good though.
Yeah.
I just kind of yelled at them on the radio, like, guys, come in. And they were like, we're coming up. So that's tomorrow. And
Love
our
it.
fantasy draft tomorrow will be first dance songs at a wedding. It's the category there tomorrow. Cool?
Cool.
All right, there you have it. Dirk Bentley, Woman, Amen, Bobby Bones Show. Thank you very much. There's a new vending machine, and including in this vending machine, you can get an engagement ring.
Oh, wow.
At Rockefeller Center, you can get anything from sandwiches to cookies to a Brooks Brothers shirt, even an engagement ring.
Wow.
The vending machine ring costs $800, so there have been no takers. But sometimes I go to the airport and they get headphones or an iPhone. Like, who would spend that kind of money in a vending machine?
Right.
You can't even touch it. And I gotta touch it.
To know what you're going to get.
Just in general, I gotta touch everything. I need to touch it. So the vending machine are there to serve people who may need something early in the morning, like a shirt or a ring, not just a sandwich. That's pretty fun, huh?
You never know when you might be at Rockefeller Center and want to propose.
Yeah, I want to get a pair of Red Wing shoes. An Ohio college student who tried to prank her mom is now recovering from a gunshot wound.
Oh my gosh.
Did you see this story when she went to the
didn't.
house? Okay.
What?
Police say the 18-year-old daughter came home from college around 9 p.m. last Friday and tried to surprise her mom. Well, that surprise turned into a horror when her mom thinks an intruder's in the house and shoots her. By the way, before I move further, she's okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, the mother was so frightened that she fired a single shot from her revolver when her daughter ran into the room.
Oh my goodness.
The mother obviously freaked out. And then even more so when she realized she shot her daughter. She hit her in the elbow. Thank goodness.
Oh, yeah. Thank goodness she was a horrible shot. Or sometimes you don't want to hurt the person. You just want to scare them. So you purposefully aim for.
If you're going to shoot.
I know.
If you're going to
Yeah,
shoot,
you gotta go for it.
Okay, if that's your thing. I'd rather shoot to injure, not shoot to kill.
Yeah, then they'll pull a gun on you. If you're going to shoot, you got to shoot to kill.
Well,
If you're going to shoot. Listen, I'm probably running.
Look.
I got guns, but I'm probably like, I'm out the window. Out the window. Grab my dog and
Kneecap.
we're out. Did you see the kid that ate all that French fries and Pringles and white bread and he went blind?
Yeah.
What'd you think about that?
I mean, obviously that's a really poor diet, but there's something going on. I mean, there's probably plenty of people that are living off of stuff like that.
It reminds me of me, ages 12 through 24.
Right. I think he has
Pretty much
other
all I
things
ate.
Add Mountain
going
Dew to that. That's you.
on.
A teenager in the UK hated vegetables and went years only eating fries, chips, and junk food. And now he's partially blind because of a lack of nutrients, and his optic nerves needed those nutrients. And so instead of developing, they kind of regressed, and he can't see now. Tell your kids, you can go blind.
I mean, now I can. It is an actual story, so.
That doctor published the case as a 17-year-old kid who had permanent vision loss after only eating junk food, vitamin deficiency. And they list Pringles by name, which I think is a low blow. Could have been any chip.
Right.
I love a Pringle. Could have been any chip.
Right, because now they're associated with causing,
Yeah.
someone will read that headline, well, can't have Pringles anymore because I'm going to go blind.
You know what was so good as a kid was white bread. And it was super cheap. And then that's why we would buy a lot of white bread. But white bread was like you would just take the crust off and make like a white bread donut. Would you ever do that?
Tell us more, no.
What's the donut? You just make a hole in the middle?
What do you mean? You
Yeah, what do you
smush
mean?
it together?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're, and you
Yeah.
fry it?
No.
Oh.
You
just rolled up in a
just-
ball.
You just take it and you take the crust off and you smash it all together.
Oh, like a donut hole?
No, well, then you can make a hole in it if you want to fake it's a donut. We didn't have a whole lot of money.
I'm really trying to understand this donut thing.
It just looks like a white donut.
Okay.
But white bread was so good.
Yeah.
Did you put anything on it? You just ate it.
Sometimes you just ate it.
That was a yummy donut.
Don't be a hater, okay? We had to do things. We had to do things with our minds and make us
Well,
think.
I didn't know if you sprinkled some cinnamon on top or something.
Who has cinnamon? When you're broke, you ain't buying cinnamon at the store.
It's not on the grocery list.
No. Cinnamon.
Okay. Mustard.
Crazy. I give you one more. Hundreds flee the Newark airport terminal. Chaos erupted because an Alaska Airlines gate agent became so concerned about two passengers and started shouting at everyone to evacuate. 200 travelers left their bags and ran out of the terminal. By the way, I'm probably grabbing my bag. I'm just
Right.
letting you know
I
about
want
me.
my bag.
I'm probably grabbing my bag.
Right.
And you shouldn't, by the way.
Save yourself.
Just go. But for me, I'm probably gonna grab the bag. According to police, the gate agent approached two men who ran away from her. Okay, so she goes up, or he, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, walks up and they ran away. She became concerned and started shouting, "Evacuate, evacuate." It's unclear why the two men ran away from the gate. But all they know is that she went up to them and they took off running. So she's like, okay, something fishy is going on here. Everybody needs to run. So the airline is apologizing. It was a false alarm.
Well, why did they run?
That's a weird thing, but it's not against the law to run.
Right. but-
Sometimes when people come and ask me a question, I just run to see what they do with their face.
Golly. I need to know more. I need to talk to them.
Passengers who left the terminal were rescreened and allowed to return to the gate. And the police were there at the airport, so it was pretty quick.
Hopefully to get their luggage.
Hopefully, yeah. All right, cool. Thank you very much. Mr. Bobby Bones on Instagram. Yep.
Did you know you can